your balance evenly through your feet. You can have your fingertips to a block, or you can have them to the mat. And just gently bending into the knees, letting the belly come to the thighs. Hi guys, we're just starting the class in a forward fold. So perhaps just rocking backwards and forwards on your feet until you feel the steadiness throughout your whole feet. And then bringing your belly to the mat, to your thighs. Fingers to the mat or to a block and dropping your head in. And just finding some stillness within in this shape. As you exhale, maybe something lengthens a little bit towards the earth. Maybe you feel yourself letting go of something. Not holding on so tight. We'll take one more deep breath here together. Exhale to let it go. And then we'll start to walk the fingertips over to the right. And then just finding your shape again, making sure the neck is soft and heavy. You can keep that little sway going through the feet if that feels nice for you. And then we're going to inhale back through center over to the other side. Just noticing any feedback that the body's giving you today and every day. And practicing in a way that's compassionate and kind to your body. So really feeling into the shapes, letting the breath lead you there. Coming back through center, we'll place our left hand flat on the mat underneath our face, bending the left knee. Inhale, twisting up towards the right. So right arm up. Pushing through the bottom hand. You can definitely have it on a block if the floor feels far away. Maybe gazing up at the palm of your right arm. Taking a breath there. Exhale, coming down through center to the other side. Right hand down, right knee bends. Left arm up. Feel the twist through the belly, through the upper spine. Maybe looking at your top arm or keeping the neck soft. We don't want to stress the neck. Coming back through center, one more each side. So left hand down, bending the left knee, right arm up. Reaching up and then half binding that top arm behind your back. Searching for the inner crease of the thigh. Opening the top shoulder towards the ceiling or the sky. If that feels good. If it doesn't, leave the half bind. Just stay in the twist. Maybe you're going to inch your fingers over to the outside of your right ankle, holding on to that, and maybe that helps you twist a little bit more. These are all suggestions, nothing set in stone. Feel how the movements feel in your body, and then you decide if you want to do them or not. Coming back through center, releasing the bind, walking back over to the other side. Right hand down, right knee bends, left arm up. Taking a moment here, maybe gazing up, maybe half binding the left arm around your back. Maybe you find the inside of the right thigh. Opening your top shoulder towards the sky. Breathing into any sensation. And either staying there or walking your right hand to the outside of your left foot. Maybe that opens the twist for you a little bit more. Feeling the movement, noticing the breath. If the breath's choppy, soften a little bit. And then coming back through center, fingertips to the mat or to a block. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Looking forward. Exhale to fold. Bending the knees, sweeping the arms up and overhead. Fingertips touch at the top. And exhaling, folding all the way down. Bending the knees, hands to the mat. Stepping back into your plank pose. So zipping up the inner thighs, everything from the inner ankles all the way up. Sucking the belly into the spine. Rounding the shoulders up towards the ceiling. Just taking a couple of breaths here. Hands are wide and flat on the mat. Softening the jaw. Finding the strength and the softness in each pose. And then bending the knees towards the mat without touching the mat. Scooping the hips up. Downward facing dog. So finding your downward dog. Tilting your hips up. Pushing away from your hands. Maybe your armpits face each other. So swiveling the triceps underneath your biceps, if that makes sense, towards each other. Feel that broaden the back of your back. And then inhale, we're going to float forward again to a plank pose. Maybe leaning a little bit forward of the hands this time. Still zipping up the inner ankles, calves, thighs, belly to spine. Pushing through the upper back. Bending the knees. Scooping the hips up. Downward facing dog. Let's come onto the balls of our feet and we'll do little mini steps to the front of the mat. So little steps, hips curl up. And when you get there, inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Bending the knees, sweeping up. We'll come into our sun A's, fingertips touch overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to the mat, right foot back. Left foot back, your chaturanga. If you need to bring the knees to the mat, do. Otherwise, it's elbows in towards the ribs, opening the heart, either upward facing dog or cobra pose. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Straight away onto the balls of the feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bending the knees, moving a little bit faster now. Hands touch overhead. Exhaling, forward fold. Left foot steps back. Right foot steps back. Chaturanga, your version. Elbows into ribs, knees to the mat or not. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Onto the balls of the feet. Little steps to the top of the mat. Last one. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bending the knees, sweeping up. Maybe a little back bend at the top. Exhale, coming down. Stepping or floating to the back of the mat lightly. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Just taking a couple of breaths here. Breathing into your shape, noticing the state of the breath, noticing the state of the mind, noticing any feedback from your body. And just let everything soften. One more deep breath together. Let's inhale the right leg up. Exhale, stepping the right foot through. Step the left foot towards the left side of the mat, coming into your warrior one. Big bend into the front leg, reaching the arms up, feeling the outside blade of your left foot on the floor. Maybe lunging a little bit deeper, belly to spine. From there, we'll clasp our hands behind our back, open through the heart. Maybe the fists come together, the palms come together, and you pull the shoulders down the back, opening through the heart. Just taking one more breath here. Releasing the bind. Arms back up. Warrior two. Adjust your back foot if you need. Find your shape. Bending into your front leg. Feeling the outside blade of your back foot. And then we'll reverse that shape. Reverse warrior two. Right arm over, left arm down the leg, opening into your triangle. So reaching forward, leaning forward, torso to the side of the mat. See if your fingers can reach beyond your right foot, and then find your shape. You can hold onto your shin. You can definitely hold onto a block. So see where you get more of an opening in the torso to the side of the mat, to the left side. Squeezing your right glutes in towards your left hip for triangle pose. One more breath here. Inhale, coming up, reversing the triangle. Exhaling into side angle pose. So forearm to your thigh to start, left arm up, and then you decide, maybe your right fingertips come to a block or to the earth. Again, we're looking for that torso facing the left side. Our stomach isn't facing the mat. Maybe we're going to half bind the left arm, finding the inner thigh of the right leg. Opening that shoulder up towards the sky. Taking one or two deep breaths here. And then staying here. Or maybe you're going to take the right hand under the right leg. Back of the palm to the back of the thigh. And maybe find your fingers. Maybe you're going to find a full bind of the hands. And if you do, opening the heart again. So really just breathing into the shape wherever you are. Beautiful, lovely. Look at you girls, amazing. And then from there, we'll release the bind. Turn back to the front of the mat, fingertips to the mat, stepping the left foot forward to meet the right, and rolling yourself up into chair. Your feet can be hip distance apart or your big toes can touch. And then we're going to bring our arms out to a T, right arm under left for eagle arms. Squeezing the forearms together, squeezing the elbows together, lifting the arms up towards the sky. And then start to straighten through your legs, but not locking them out. Weight shifts into the left foot, right knee to chest. Flex that right foot. Maybe crossing the right foot over the left for eagle pose. Just gaze forward, keeping the gaze soft. Just taking a few breaths here. When you're ready, right knee back to your chest, releasing the legs, releasing the arms, coming into your yogic squash, Malasana. So just taking a moment here, squeezing the hands together, lifting, extending the back, extending the heart. And then exhaling, rounding forward, back of your hands to the mat, head comes down. Just taking a couple of breaths there, letting everything go. From there, we're just going to lift our hips and bring our heels together the way we did the other night. I'll just face you. So our heels are together. We're on the balls of our feet and we're coming back into this Garland pose. And we'll just take it a little step further tonight if that feels good. If it doesn't, you don't have to do it. But what you can do is you can bring one hand under the leg, the other hand under the leg. The back of the palm is on the mat. And then gently fold your head down. You can definitely put a block under your forehead. That may feel really nice. And if you've got the space, you can try and walk the back of your hands around your knees onto the back of your thighs. You don't have to, it's a strong shape. It's just the next.
Sorry, I couldn't quite see what you were doing for that one.
So you're in your garland. Yeah. And then what you're doing is you're bringing your hands around the front of the shin.
Yeah, that I get.
The back of your palms on the floor. Yeah. And then you're going to either bring the back of your hands onto your hips.
Yeah.
Head down.
Okay, I think I need a block.
Or your head to the block. Beautiful. And then from there, gently coming back up, rolling yourself up. Arms out to the side. Fingertips touch overhead. Arms back to heart center. Just closing down the eyes, taking a big, deep breath. Inhaling. Exhaling, letting that go. One more like that. Big inhale. Exhale, make some sound. Just get it out, let it go. And then let's open up the eyes to start the other side. So we'll step the right foot back to the right side of the mat, coming into warrior one with our left foot forward. And then inhale. Arms up to the sky, belly into spine, maybe coming a bit deeper into the front knee, pressing into the outside blade of the back foot, and then clasping the hands behind your back. Try and put the other hand on top, the awkward one, opening up through the chest. You don't need to drop the head back. Just think about squeezing the shoulder blades together, opening the heart. And then inhaling, letting go of the hands, arms back up, opening up to your warrior two. Bending into the front leg, pushing into the outside blade of the back leg. Arms are long, engaged, but shoulders down from the ears. And then reversing your warrior two. Notice if you keep the left leg bent and the knee, you want the left knee towards the left, not falling in on itself. Maybe you feel a beautiful stretch up the left side of the body. And then coming back, opening up, setting up for triangle. Heel toe your back foot in if you need. Leaning over the left leg until you bring your hand to your shin or a block, finding your triangle pose. Relaxing the shoulders while you extend the arms. Twisting the torso towards the right side of the mat. And then slowly coming up, keeping the front leg straight without locking the knee. Reversing your triangle, coming into your side angle pose. So forearm to the thigh to start, top arm up. Noticing it might feel very different one side to the other. either staying there or bringing the top arm into a half bind. Searching for the inner thigh, the crease in the hip, or you can hold on to your top, your pants, anything that lets you open your shoulder. Open the top shoulder. Nice. And then decide, will you bring your left fingertips to the mat or to a block? But really think about that torso opening to the right side as if you're trying to put it flush against the wall in front of you. Couple of breaths here. Try and push the left tricep into the left thigh and the left thigh into the left tricep. Nice, that's really nice. And then maybe you're going to come into a bind, bringing the left hand under, finding the back of the left hand onto your hip, and maybe you clasp the fingers. When you've got the clasp, open up to the side again, really nice. Yes, beautiful. Just taking a breath or two here. Noticing as you exhale if something can soften. And then gently releasing the fingers, placing them on the mat in front of you, stepping the right foot forward to join the left, rolling yourself up. Arms come out to a T. Left arm under right. Feeling the weight into your right foot, left knee up. And maybe you're going to come into eagle pose, crossing the left leg over the right. Keep the gaze forward, lift the elbows up, belly to spine, squeeze the forearms. Feel the stretch through the shoulders at the back. And then just notice the breath. Beautiful shapes, everyone. Gorgeous. 2 more breaths there. Squeezing the inner thighs, squeezing the arms. And when you're ready, unraveling all of that, coming back into your Malasana. We'll just do normal Malasana this time. We'll push the elbows into the thighs and the thighs into the elbows. And then we're going to walk the right tricep across the right shin and open up to the left. Or you can stay in normal Malasana. Just giving a bit more of a twist in the shape if you're in the twist. 1 more breath. And then coming over to the other side. So hands to heart center. Left tricep scoops around the left shin. Opening out to the right. Really nice. And then exhale, coming back to center. Gently bringing yourself onto your seat. Soles of the feet together. Extending through the lower back. Opening the heart. Holding onto the front of your ankles. Maybe leaning forward. Chest is open like upward facing dog. So if this feels not nice in your hips, you can definitely come into a long shape. There's one's neither right nor wrong. Just notice what feels better for you. And we're just going to spend a couple of breaths in a forward fold. So you can have the long diamond. Your feet can be closer in. Just do what feels best for you. And come into 3 or 4 breaths there. Letting something go. Noticing the mind. If any frustrations are rising, just exhale it through the breath. And then let's inhale ourselves back up to a seat. So we're going to extend the left leg forward, bend the right knee, make sure there's 2 fists difference between the foot and the thigh. And then like we did before in Malasana, we're just going to scoop our tricep around our shin and maybe bring the back of the hand onto the hip. And you can stay there holding onto the front of your ankle. That's quite nice. Or you can stretch the left arm forward, really reach it around and see if you can find the bind. Beautiful. If you do, sitting up nice and tall, and maybe you're going to float that right foot off the floor. It's just a game. There's no must do. And then from there, we're going to replace that right foot gently to the floor, letting go of the bind, and let's scoop our right shoulder under our right knee. Now, again, move carefully with this, flex that right foot and place the right palm on the ground. Squeeze the calf and the thigh around the right arm and place the left hand on the ground. And maybe you're going to round your back, pull your belly to the spine and lift your hips up off the mat. If that's not for you tonight, please don't do it. And then exhale, coming down. Beautiful. Let's release. Give everything a bit of a shake. I always get a cramp in that pose. Bending the left foot in, two fist distance, and let's scoop the left tricep around, finding your hip with the back of your left hand. And then maybe stretching the right arm as much as you can stretch, reaching it around, finding the fingers. As soon as you find the fingers, try and sit up. And then that foot just floats up automatically. Beautiful. Really nice. Nothing stressful about that. And then exhale, releasing the foot, releasing the fingers. Taking hold of the left foot with the right hand, and let's bring the left knee onto the left shoulder. The more you can get the knee under the shoulder, the easier this will be. And then left hand down, squeezing the left calf onto the left shoulder, right hand to the ground. Maybe we lift the hips off the floor. If that's nice, Dorit, if that's feeling light, floating the bottom leg. Beautiful. Very nice. And exhale, coming down. Really nice. Giving that all a bit of a shake. Let's bring our knees up. Oh, the time's gone again. And let's just windscreen wipe the legs one side to the other. And then we'll just slowly make our way down onto our back. Giving our knees a squeeze, maybe a little rock side to side. And then your side twist is your choice. You can come into a side twist with your knees together, or you can cross your right leg over your left like we did in eagle pose, lifting the hips, shifting them to the right and rolling over to the left. Right shoulder on the mat, gazing over your right arm if that feels good for you. Softening wherever you are, starting to slow down the breath. Maybe closing your eyes if that feels nice. One more breath there. Exhale to let something go. Inhale, coming back to center, unraveling the legs, shifting the hips over to the left side of the mat, maybe crossing the left leg over the right or knees together, coming into your variation of side twist. Maybe you're gazing over the left arm. Wherever you are, just letting something soften. Watching the breath starting to slow. Maybe the mind's a bit more restful than when you first started the practice. And then inhale, coming back to center, uncrossing the legs if they crossed, scooshing your hips back to the center of the mat, lengthening the legs down the mat, palms face up beside you, taking an inhale, exhaling into your Shavasana. Welcoming rest into your body. Welcoming rest into your mind. The mind is active. Just notice what it's doing and let the stories go, trying not to attach to them. Only a minute or two. Softening the jaw, softening the eyelids. Let the sound of my voice bring your attention back within, starting to waken the body. Maybe bringing some movement to the fingers and the toes. Squeezing the knees once more towards the chest. A little bit of a rock side to side. And rolling onto one side. Extending your bottom arm. Using it as a pillow. Just keeping the eyes closed. Scanning the body for a moment. Noticing what's changed since you first started the practice. And then very gently with your eyes closed, bringing yourself up to a seat. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Taking a big inhale. Exhale, bowing our forehead towards our fingers. Together we say, Namaste.